Rudeus and Illinois finally arrived at Kingdom of Ranoa. Illinois is complaining for there are only a few men along their journey. Rudeus tells her that he will be meeting Genius in person. Thus, he asks Illinois about her plan. She decided to join him because she got a liking for boys of his age. Along the journey, he discovers that she sleeps with boys because of her curse, otherwise it will kill her. The two went to the academy and saw various individuals along the way. Genius met them and did not expect to see Rudeus. They introduces themselves as well as Illinois as Rudeus' party member. Genius calls Roxy's name casually, but Rudeus blabbers inwardly that it should be Ms. Roxy on him. He assumes that Rudeus intends to enroll. Rudeus explains that he wants to investigate and accomplish various things. While on the side, Illinois is just playing with her hair. Genius invites him to participate in a test to which Rudeus agreed. While walking, Rudeus points out that there are a lot of buildings. Genius explains that they cater to non-magical disciplines as well. Rudeus silently asks him if they are studying mental illness. Genius tells him that not necessarily mundane, but they teach healing and detoxification as well as curses. Genius brought him into a room. He would like Rudeus to show his incantation less magic. He introduces their silent caster as well. Siffy, whose hair is already white, also known as Silent Fitz, came forward. Rudeus introduces himself. Fitz was shocked to see him. Genius tells them that it is a mock duel. Thinking that he has to pay for the tuition if he loses, Rudeus decided to go all out. Rudeus become in a trance upon seeing Fitz's wand, but Genius signals for the duel to begin. Rudeus foresees that she will use water magic. He uses his to dispel hers and sent sharp rocks on her way, making her fall. The magic circle instantly heals her. Okay? Fitz asks him how he was able to do that. Rudeus explains that it is a disturbed magic. Everyone is in shock. Rudeus thinks that he embarrassed an upperclassman, thus he approached Fitz and thanks him for letting him win. He whispers to him that he will repay him someday. In the next scene, Rudeus is changing into his uniform. He gets to know what exactly a special student. He is exempted from tuition and lessons and only needs to attend homeroom once a month, making him more of a researcher than a student. He then hears a knock. He proceeded to open the door and saw Illinois on her uniform. He advises her that he could attract more boys if she shortens the skirt. Illinois thinks that she will get cold, thus Rudeus tells her to just wear stockings up in her thigh. In the next scene, they gathered in a hall. Princess Ariel of Asura Kingdom as President Council walks in together with Fitz and Luke. Illinois teases Rudeus that Fitz is the one he made cry yesterday. Princess Ariel proceeded with her speech of welcoming the students and reminding them to be understanding towards one another, given that they are composed of different races. Hearing her speech as usual of abiding the rules implemented by the university, Rudeus was amazed it is not a boring one. He then concluded that she has charisma. The students applauded her. Rudeus went to his classroom and to find 3 persons sitting, only to be spotted by Prince Zanoba, who runs to him and lifts him with eagerness. Rudeus acknowledges him as his pupil and requested to be put down, afraid of his strength. Linnea, who is from the family of Cat, expresses her dislike toward Rudeus. Zanoba explains that Rudeus is his master he was talking about, but Linnea sternly requested Rudeus to come forward. Rudeus thinks that Zanoba is being bullied. He comes forward and introduces himself. He humbles himself and intends not to cross paths with her. Linnea Dedaldia introduces herself and states that his father is Jais, the chief of the Dolja village in the Great Forest. She is glad that Rudeus knows his place. Rudeus realizes that she is the daughter that Jais was talking about, but his attention is more on his skirt. Rudeus then shifts his attention to the one who is eating meat. Persona introduces herself and continue to eat her meat. Rudeus chooses his seat and sat down. The man sitting ahead of him calls his attention, thus he introduces himself. Cliff Grumwire says his name with a title of magical genius. He then tells Rudeus his level of advancements in the combat spell, healing, detoxification, and divine magic. He points out that Rudeus is also swordman besides being a mage. He asks how he has known. Cliff said that Eris told him. Rudeus was shocked. He asks if Eris is in the school, but Cliff only sneers and sighs. Zanoba approaches Rudeus and explains that there is one more student who is Miss Silent. She is exempted from homeroom class and uses her time in the laboratory. Rudeus decides to familiarize himself with the school. He went to the infirmary, the training room for mage duels, and he eventually ended up in the huge library. He went to pick lots of books not knowing where to start about the Fitoa teleportation incident. He came across Fitz along his way. He apologizes for their mock duel. Fitz learned that he is researching the Fitoa incident given that he and his family lives in that region, and that he was sent to the demon continent after the teleportation. Fitz was shocked upon hearing this. Rudeus told him that he is researching for his missing childhood friend not knowing he is talking to her now. He can't tell her that he wants to cure his erectile dysfunction. She then advises him to read Animus Exploring the Teleporter Labyrinth to know more about teleportation. During the break, he was eating snacks with Zanoba. They are happily talking about making figurines together when Luke and his company went by. He stopped and Rudeus stands up to introduce himself. But Luke criticizes him for being forgetful and not knowing his name. Luke introduces himself as Luke Nodos Grerit. Rudeus realizes that he came from the same branch of the family as his father is from. Thus, it makes them cousins. He went home late in the afternoon and came across with flying white object thus he catches. He then realizes that he is holding a panty. But a girl from behind shouted that he is an underwear thief. The other girls came and encircle him then a she-gorilla landed. Rudeus explained himself but the she-gorilla does not believe in him seeing that he is holding Princess Ariel's underwear. The she-gorilla grabs his arm and intends to teach him a lesson when Fitz came. He explains that he was hanging it when it dropped and Rudeus only picked them. But the she-gorilla insisted to punish him since he is walking to a route exclusive for girls after sunset. Fitz explains that he is a new student and does not know the rules, but the she-gorilla still insisted that he is at fault. Fitz gets his wand and warns them to be in the infirmary. They leave Rudeus alone, but warned that she will be not nice next time. Fitz apologizes for causing trouble to Rudeus and heals his arm. Rudeus realizes that Fitz is a good man thus he wants to give him the utmost respect. Rudeus thank him but Fitz find it strange to be thanked by Rudeus.
If you've enjoyed this so far, drop down below and show us some love by liking, subscribe and sharing. Next chapter will come out soon enough if not already. But for the meantime, check out our other videos on the screen. I highly recommend The Daily Life of the Immortal King. The link is in the comments section below. Thank you for watching until the end. Subscribe for more videos like this.